Hey guys, Woods Farm here, Project Kubelwagen. Spring's finally here, so I thought I'd take the opportunity and do some work on the Kubelwagen. Last fall it started running a little rough. The last event I had it out to, it kind of ran crappy, so we're going to do a tune-up and just see if we can get it working a little bit better. Okay guys, like I mentioned, last season ran pretty good early on, but as the year progressed it kind of just started to run worse and worse. The last event I was at was in the late fall and it just ran like garbage. I tried to tune the carburetor a couple times that weekend and I just could not get it to run well. So we definitely want to check that out and see what the issue is there. I don't really know the overall condition of this engine. It sat for like 20 years, so at some point I might just have to do a complete rebuild. There could be some internal issues with blow-by and compression and all that kind of stuff. But for right now I'm just going to focus on tune-up stuff, trying to get this engine to run a little better. I've talked about this before in past videos. Right from day one, no matter how I tune the carb, I'm running rich. Now, I don't know what's causing that, if it's a carburetor issue or if it's something else, but there is tons of soot on the tailpipes and my spark plugs, they foul up very quickly. I have to pull them on a regular basis and clean them just to keep the engine going. So I'm going to pull this carburetor and do a cleaning, and I want to see what jets are in it, and I'm going to order some other jets and we may try to tweak it to get things to run a little bit better. I know a lot of the emissions stuff is stripped off of this engine and I don't have a proper air cleaner, which could be affecting the amount of vacuum, which would in turn probably affect the carburetor. So if you have any advice on dealing with the carburetor tuning and running rich, I'd love to hear it in the comments and see your ideas, because at this point I'm not really sure what to do or where to go. Really helps if you have a 13mm wrench that's bent like this. I made this one myself, but the mount on the back is a little bit tricky to get to. Go. Now the float bowl is going to have fuel in it, so be careful. Okay, we're going to take it out for a road test in a little bit, but that's the carb cleaned and then adjusted. I had it at around 800, 850 RPMs, and then I brought out the mixture screw, increased the RPMs to around 1,000, and then I readjusted it with the other large screw back down to around 850. Got the engine running, and then I checked the timing. I had no reason to believe the timing was off, but I checked it. And it was where it was set last time I had it, at about 7.5 before top dead center. I'm pretty sure that's what the specs call for. And it seems like the vacuum advance is working. So that's about everything I can do. Another spring thing we should probably think about is an oil change, and I could look at the valves and checking and making sure they're adjusted right. But I checked those previously. I think I've actually adjusted them twice. I don't see any reason why they would be out of spec based on the little amount of driving that I did. If you have any comments or suggestions of things I can do, let me know. Now, I won't know if this thing's running rich until I drive it around. Maybe I'll drive it into town 2 or 3 times and then I'll check those spark plugs. I suspect it will be running rich still, and those plugs will be all fouled up with black soot. But who knows? Maybe not. I do have some parts on order. I've got a couple different jets to try to adjust the carburetor. Obviously kind of dropping it down so it's leaner, leaning it out. So I bought a couple little jets to try to do that. And I also decided to go and upgrade my ignition system. I have nothing wrong with points. I understand how they work. I know how to adjust them. However, based on how I use this vehicle, I kind of want it to be reliable. I kind of wasn't sure if I was going to do this, if I wanted to keep the motor stock, but I mean, obviously on a Kubelwagen replica, this 1600 engine is not stock anyways. So I'm wondering if I've got a distributor problem. I was watching the timing, my revving it. It didn't seem to be jumping around. It looked pretty steady. I mean, I don't have the highest quality timing light, but I didn't see a huge fluctuation when it was idling. So I don't know. But I bought the complete setup, new distributor with a electronic ignition. So that'll be something also to do when those parts come in. And we'll see if that helps with it potentially running rich, if it maybe just changes how the engine runs. I don't know. Okay, so we took a quick run into town, and car ran pretty good. Wasn't hesitating off the starts, and I was cruising pretty good at about 80 in third, fourth gear, so ran pretty good. We will see, time will tell if the spark plugs are going to foul up. I think they will. So what I'll do is I'll take a few more trips into town, and we'll see. It'll either start running real rough or it won't, but I'll check the plugs at some point, and we'll just see how much buildup there really is. I do have some other parts on order, those ignition parts and carburetor parts, so I might make another video in a couple weeks talking about that and seeing if the car runs any different with the upgrades. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions about how to deal with these problems, definitely leave them below in the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching.